Good day and welcome to the AI Efficient Tradie, Episode 9. This is the podcast for tradies who want less admin, more profit, and more time doing what they're actually good at. Now before you tune out and think that's not for me, mate, stick with me. Because I'm not talking about robots or anything scary. I'm talking about stuff you can use right now, on your phone, to save yourself hours every single week. The AI Efficient Tradie is all about giving you practical, noble ways to use AI in your trade business. Less time on paperwork, more money in your pocket, more time actually on the tools, or better yet, at home with the family. Today, I want to start with a question that I don't think gets asked enough in trade circles. How are you actually going? Not the business, not the revenue, not the jobs on the board. You. Are you enjoying your life? Because I talk to a lot of trade business owners, and there's a significant number of them who are succeeding by every external measure, busy, growing, good reputation, and absolutely running on empty. Exhausted, disconnected from their families, resentful of the business they built, wondering why they bothered going out on their own in the first place. That's burnout, and it's more common in the trades than anyone talks about. Today, I want to address it directly. Not with fluffy wellness advice, with practical, AI-powered strategies for getting your time back and making your business work for you instead of the other way around. Let's get into it. Let me describe the burnout cycle I see in trade businesses, because recognizing it is the first step to breaking it. It usually starts with success. You build a good reputation. Work comes in. You take it all because you're building the business and you're worried about quiet periods. You get busier. You start working longer hours to keep up. You tell yourself it's temporary, just until you get on top of it. But you never get on top of it. Because as you get busier, more admin piles up. More customer calls. More quotes. More problem jobs. You stop doing the things that made you good, planning properly, quality checking, staying in front of your customers, because there's no time. That leads to more callbacks, more stress, more reactive firefighting. Meanwhile at home, you're absent even when you're physically there. You're distracted. You're on the phone. You're thinking about tomorrow's schedule. Your relationships suffer. Your health suffers. Your sleep suffers. And all of this degrades your ability to think clearly and make good business decisions, which makes the business worse, which makes the stress worse. That's the cycle. And the way out isn't working harder. It's working differently. The core problem is that too much of the business depends on your personal, manual effort. Every time something requires you to physically intervene, think about it, respond to it, or organize it, that's a drain on your finite personal energy. AI and automation are tools for systematically reducing those drains, so your energy goes toward the things that actually matter. Before you can fix anything, you need an honest picture of where your time is going. And I mean a really honest picture, not what you think you spend your time on, but what you actually spend your time on. Here's an exercise I want you to do this week. For 3 working days, every time you switch tasks, note what you just did and how long it took. At the end of each day, you've got a rough time log. Then paste it into an AI tool and ask it to categorize and summarize where your time went. What most tradies find is alarming. A huge portion of their day is going on reactive tasks, responding to messages, answering the same customer questions repeatedly, dealing with problems that could have been prevented. Another large chunk is going on low-value admin that could either be automated or delegated. And the genuinely high-value work, planning, business development, quality relationships with key customers, get squeezed into the margins. Once you can see it clearly, you can start making intentional decisions about it, not just reacting to whatever comes at you next. The most powerful thing AI can do for your work-life balance is run things while you're not working. Automations that handle routine tasks without your involvement, so you can actually knock off at 5 and not have to come back to a mountain of things that piled up. Let me walk through the automations that make the biggest difference for trade businesses specifically. How much time do you spend every day responding to inquiry messages, texts, and emails? For most trade businesses, it's significant, and it happens at all hours because customers message whenever it suits them. An AI-powered auto-response can handle the first touchpoint automatically. When someone inquires, they immediately get a professional, personalized feeling response that acknowledges their inquiry, gives them an estimated time frame for a quote, and asks them to provide a few details: address, description of the job, preferred contact time. You're not ignoring the customer, they're being looked after. But you're not personally tied to responding within 5 minutes of every message that comes in. That alone can claw back significant mental space. One of the most important things you can do for your well-being is establish a genuine boundary between work time and personal time. And AI tools can help you enforce that boundary without it feeling rude to customers. Set up an after-hours auto-response on your business phone, your email, your Facebook messages. That tells people you've received their message, your business hours, and when they can expect to hear from you. Friendly, professional, clear. And then, this is the hard part, actually stop responding after hours. The world will not end. Customers who have a genuine emergency will call. Everything else can wait until morning. And you'll be more useful to your business at 8 a.m. having actually rested than at 11 p.m. grinding through messages on a couch. Another time drain that AI can automate is the follow-up process. Following up on quotes. Following up on unpaid invoices. Checking in with customers after completed jobs. All of this is important for your business, but it's also time-consuming and mentally taxing to track manually. AI-powered sequences can handle all of this automatically. A quote goes out. 3 days later, if no response, a follow-up goes out automatically. An invoice goes overdue. A reminder sequence triggers without you having to think about it. A job gets marked complete. A satisfaction check-in and review request goes out the next day. You set it up once. It runs forever. You only get involved when something needs a personal response. There's a phrase you'll hear in business circles: work on the business, not in it. And most trade business owners have heard it, nodded along, and then gone back to being completely buried in the day-to-day because they can't see how to do it differently. Let me make it practical. Working on the business means doing the things that improve the system, not just the things that keep it running. Writing an SOP so a job gets done right every time without you supervising. Building a maintenance contract offering so your revenue becomes more predictable. Reviewing your pricing so your margins improve. Training your team so they can handle more without escalating everything to you. None of those things happen while you're on the tools or in the van. They require focused, uninterrupted thinking time. And that means you have to deliberately schedule it and protect it from everything else. I recommend starting with just 2 hours a week. Block it in your calendar like a job. Tell your team you're unavailable during that time. Use it specifically for business improvement work, with AI as your thinking partner. 2 hours a week. That's 104 hours a year of intentional business development that most tradies never do. The compounding effect of that time, over 12 months, is enormous. You'll look back and realize your business is fundamentally different, more systematized, more profitable, less dependent on you, because you protected 2 hours a week to make it so. Having something like an AI assistant, as we spoke about in episode 7, will free up more time for you. Is this something you have implemented? The following to-do list all can be done by an AI assistant. 3 things this week, and these ones are as much about your well-being as your business. Number 1, do the time audit. 3 days, log every task switch. Paste it into AI and ask for a breakdown of where your time is going. Be honest. You need to see the real picture before you can change it. Number 2, set up one after-hours boundary. Whether it's an auto-response on your phone, your email, or your Facebook page, set it up this week. You don't have to be available 24/7. Give yourself permission to switch off. Number 3, block 2 hours in your calendar next week labeled business work. Don't fill it with admin or jobs. Use it to work on one improvement in your business, with AI helping you. Build an SOP. Draft a maintenance contract. Review your pricing. Something that makes the business better, not just keeps it running. Time audit. After hours boundary. 2 hours of business work. 3 things. And be kind to yourself this week. That's episode 9. Get your life back. This one was a bit different, and I hope it landed well. Running a trade business is genuinely hard, and the fact that you're listening to this podcast, trying to get better, trying to work smarter, that says a lot about you. The tools we've talked about today aren't just about efficiency. They're about sustainability. Building a business you can run for 20 years without running yourself into the ground in the process. Episode 10 is one I've been looking forward to for a while. We are building an actual AI workflow from scratch, step by step, start to finish. From a customer enquiry landing in your inbox to an invoice being sent. No coding, no tech degree. Just a practical walkthrough you can replicate same day. Until next time, like and subscribe to the AI Efficient Tradie. Less admin, more profit, more time. Catch you in the next one.